literally one of the busiest weeks in the history of First Liberty. Hi, I'm Kelly Shackelford, President and CEO of First Liberty Institute, and as we go into this month, really a bevy of activity has just occurred and will be continuing to occur. Number one, we just won 4 different cases. We won the WMATA case, which is Washington, D.C.'s transit authority, that tried to tell wall builders they couldn't put up an ad because it actually said George Washington had a picture and said Christian, and they said, well, you can't do that here. Well, we just won that lawsuit and the ad is going up. Number 2, Robin Strader, who was discriminated against from CBS because of her religious beliefs. We just won that case as settlement for Robin, another great victory, which I think sends a signal to businesses across the country that you can't do this. And additionally, the Knights of Columbus, right before Memorial Day, for many, many decades, they have had a mass to really remember those who've given their lives for our country. But all of a sudden, our National Park Service decided that they wouldn't let people do a religious service in a cemetery. That's just bizarre. Well, the good news is we won. That mass is continuing, and the religious discrimination, we are hopeful, is going to stop across the board. And then there's the incredible victory with Hayuvel. Of course, this is a Christian ministry that does great ministry in Israel. They're going to have a national conference, bring in experts from Israel and everybody else to talk about what's happening, until the hotel that they were going to got threats. The great news is, by the end of this process and us representing Hayuvel, Dave Ramsey stepped out, who's also in Nashville and has, of course, a wide following nationally and has a big area, said, come host it here. It ended up doubling in numbers, and it was an incredible success. So really, religious liberty victories across the board. Also, though, we also have other cases going on where we had bad decisions against religious liberty. We had the Alaska Airlines case where these flight attendants are being religiously discriminated against. Unfortunately for them, the lawsuit had to start in Seattle. We got a bad judge who issued a bad decision. We will now be appealing and fighting this all the way up. Additionally, we had Ron Hittle, the fire chief, who was clearly discriminated because of his religion. And again, unfortunately for Ron Hittle, he lives in the Ninth Circuit, one of the more hostile circuits in the country, a bad ruling against him, and we will be taking this to the next level as well. So there are still battles to go, even though we've had some great victories here just recently. And then unfortunately, we have some ugly attacks. We have all these cases against churches and synagogues. We've got, of course, Pastor Chris Avell, who's simply trying to serve the homeless. We've got a new synagogue case we've just had to file with really horrible facts of just clear discrimination against this synagogue, and that's Rabbi Herzl out of Florida. And so the battles are still going on there. These attacks are going on. And additionally, we have a large number of groups who put together money that are really pushing for court packing. If they can win the election and get the power, then they will actually pack the courts, which would do incredible damage to our courts. So still battles ahead that we've got to win. And the great news for hope for the future is something we're going to be celebrating on June 25th, and that is First Freedom Day. This really started back with Coach Kennedy win and all of these Supreme Court victories. By God's favor, we now have 9-0 at the Supreme Court in the last 5 years. So there's a lot to celebrate, and we've really got some momentum going. And we thought it's only appropriate. We have our legal interns that will be helping with that celebration. You can see the future. We'll have a new major initiative that's going to be focused on those who are 25 to 45. So the next generation that Sean Fredrickson and Nathan Shackelford, my son, will be leading that effort. So get ready for First Freedom Day. It's a dedicated day of giving for the future of religious freedom. And then also, we're coming to our fiscal year end. June is the last month in our fiscal year, and it's really important that we have resources come in, or we're going to be behind budget, and we're not going to be able to do as much as we would want to do next year. In fact, if we don't meet things, we're going to have to cut back on a number of things. It's been a tougher year for people, so if that's not for you, pitch in, help out. We want to make sure that we're running full tilt, especially because of the incredible opportunities. We have got a great court right now. We've got momentum, and we've got a lot of cases and opportunities. So be involved with our end of the year. There's a $400,000 challenge grant, and you can be a part of that and really multiplying that money so you can get us back on track. Thank you for being involved in all of these cases and those that are to come. God bless you.